Hi there, welcome back to another episode of Noah's Garage. In today's episode, we're going to take apart one of the winches on our Seaward 26RK sailboat. We are currently doing a bunch of maintenance to it, and so as part of the maintenance is you kind of every 2 or 3 years got to take these guys apart and just lubricate them. So these are Andersen stainless steel single speed winches, self-tailing. The model is it's a 12ST. So today we're going to take it apart, clean it up, and re-lube it and put it back together. Hope you enjoy it. Now it's well worth noting that while I'm doing this, my wife is sanding some stuff down in our lazarette. So you will actually hear some wood sanding noises. She's having a lot of fun. Basically, we had some glued a little header down there to prevent stuff from sliding around, and the epoxy came undone, which kind of was not good, so she's trying to get some of the epoxy out. In the meantime, I'm going to be over here working on the Andersen winch, so let me get that sorted out real quick, and so get the camera in position. Okay, so again, ignore the sanding noises in the background. So step number one is to get these 3 Allen bolts off. Basically, just use a 4mm wrench on that. They come off easy enough. And we'll get these put into our little tray here. Okay, then we'll take the tailing mechanism off, which is kind of wiggle things around a little bit. There it goes. Put that in our tray. And then the outside where the winch comes off. There it goes. Put that in our tray also. And then at this point in time, it's really a question of taking stuff apart. This gear comes out. Once this comes out, so the trick is to basically twist it and turn it so you disengage the poles from the gear at the bottom. Those two right there. Then we'll put that up. We'll pull the gear out. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get this little plate out real quick. Just a little screwdriver, pop them out, just so we can clean it. And then this race becomes kind of difficult because you got to kind of pry it up off of here, which is not a really good feeling to do. That actually moved just a little bit, so just kind of very gently trying to pry it up. There it goes. Okay, so we get that race off. And then last but not least, there is another little dude back there that we have to take off. So in order to be a little bit more environmentally friendly, I'm going to be using my ultrasonic cleaner. There's a little simple green in it to clean all the small bits and pieces. So we'll go ahead and toss them in there and give them a good cleaning. And then we'll kind of take them out, rinse them out with water, and blow them off with some compressed air. So while the part's clean in the hydrosonic cleaner, I'm going to go ahead and start getting this thing kind of cleaned up a little bit. So I kind of wiped it off and just basically put a little grease. Basically, Andersen wants you to use their own brand of winch grease. So that's kind of what we're using here. So, and I just grab a brush and kind of just brush it on. It's what I find is the best way to do. So I just kind of apply a little bit. Now this brush does shed a little bit, but so you got to kind of make sure that you look for hairs afterwards, because the bristles, unfortunately, will come off this kind of these cheaper brushes. But yeah, they say to not get super carried away with the lube. So we'll basically go ahead and any shiny surfaces. Hydrosonic cleaner's done, then we'll do that one too. So yeah, awesome. Okay, so for our next trick, we'll get some of the stuff lubricated so we can get to the assembly process here in a second, while the drum is going through also the hydrosonic cleaner. So we'll get a little oil, not oil, but the grease on here. Now for the fun part, which is our buddy right here. This is very reminiscent of packing bearings on trailers. Okay, there's that. And I think we'll just get a little bit on here. Actually, I'm not sure what. A little bit on the underside here. We see it's been rubbing. And then on this piece right here. And here's the pole for the bottom. We get it lubricated since this one's actually out, which is good. So, okay, so we'll start getting some of these out into the winch. The first one is putting the race on. Quite frankly, this is a massive pain. Because I said, as you could tell, it was a massive pain taking it off. So you can imagine putting it on is not a walk in the park either. You just kind of have to somehow spring it in there. There it goes. Okay. Yay, works. Okay, good deal. That's in. Our little washer friend goes in. Okay, just checking it real quick. That goes in. Then our friend goes in from on top. And okay. Spin it as it goes in. Voila. So he's good. Now the fun part, unfortunately you cannot see it, it's on the back side, is we're going to put this guy in the back. So I apologize, we're not going to be able to see it. There's no really good place to mount the camera on that side, just because it's basically air, I guess is the best way to describe it. So we're going to put that in. There's a spring that goes back in here too. Definitely got to be careful with the spring, so we don't want it to go out flying. So last but not least, we've got the drum, so we'll go ahead and get it lubricated. This inside piece right here. And then mainly gotta get the teeth. So we'll get the drum up here. We'll kind of rotate it in. Voila. Good, good, good. Just make sure I have a nice coat of grease around here. So our friend will write on it, okay? So, and this faces this direction. It actually got a little bit of grease on it. So, and And then we can get our 3 Allen head bolts in. Okay, and a quick wipe off of all the fingerprints. And I think that is good. And it looks like it's operating the way it should. One direction. Yeah, and that's it. So as you can tell, not a lot of work. They recommend you do it every couple of years under just normal usage. I guess if you're out blue watering or like racing, they recommended it once a year. But we did it, I believe, when we first got the boat. So it's been 3.5 years since we've done it. So it was due. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you want to watch additional content like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. And if you like it, give us a big thumbs up. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye now. This video, hit subscribe and give us a big like down below. Thanks for watching.